Math 83, Unit 1, Lesson 2. We're going to simplify expressions using the order of operations. To follow the order of operations, you always have to do your parentheses first. And the P in please stands for parentheses. Next, you go back and do all of your exponents. The E in excuse stands for exponents. Next, we're going to do all of our multiplication and division in order from left to right. So all of our multiplication and division comes next. So the M in my stands for multiplication, and the D in dear stands for division. And again, we do that in order from left to right. So these have equal weight. Then we go back and do all of our addition and subtraction in order from left to right. And the A in Aunt stands for addition, and the S in Sally stands for subtraction. Again, they have equal weight. You just go in order from left to right for both multiplication and division, and then our addition and subtraction. So looking at problem number 1, as we read 4 plus 3 times 5, we first check no parentheses and no exponents. So then we're going to do all of our multiplication and division in order from left to right. I see a multiplication right here, so I'm going to take care of that. 3 times 5 is 15, and then I can go back and add 4 plus 15 is 19. In number 2, we don't have any parentheses, and then we don't have any exponents, but we do have a division right here, so we're going to do that first. We're going to rewrite 3 and then do 24 divided by 12 is 2, and so this is going to be 3 minus 2, which is 1. In number 3, we have lots of operations. We have 6 plus 2 times 5 minus 12 divided by 3 times 2. So no parentheses and no exponents, but we do have a lot of multiplication and division, and we need to do that in order from left to right. So first we're going to take care of the 2 times 5, because that's what I see first, and I'm going to rewrite that as 10. And then I'm going to rewrite the rest of the problem. Now the next one that comes in order from left to right is going to be this operation, so I'm going to rewrite it as 6 plus 10, and then I have minus 12 divided by 3. That's going to give me a minus 4, and then I'm going to rewrite the times 2. Now I can go back. The next operation I see is the 4 times 2, which would be next. So I can rewrite this as 6 plus 10, and then negative 4 times 2 is going to be minus 8. And now I can go ahead and add and subtract in order from left to right. So 6 plus 10 is 16. And then minus 8 is going to be 8. Now in number 4, we do have parentheses, so that's going to come first. And I'm going to go ahead and evaluate what's inside of the parentheses. So I'm going to rewrite 20 minus, and then I'm going to write 8 minus 5. That has to happen first. That's going to be 3. And then I can go back and do 20 minus 3 is 17. 5. We also have parentheses, so I'm going to take care of that first. I'm going to rewrite 4 times, and then 3 plus 5 is going to be 8. And then I can do 4 times 8 is 32. In number 6, we have parentheses again. So I'm going to take care of that first. I'm going to rewrite 20 minus 3, and then in the parentheses, 6 minus 4 is going to be 2, so I rewrite that as 2. And now when I read this left to right, I can see that there's a multiplication here, and that has to come before any addition or subtraction. So I'm going to rewrite this as 20 minus 6, and then now I can go ahead and do 20 minus 6 is 14. In number 7, we start with a parentheses, and we can do that first. So we're going to take care of 5 minus 7. We'll rewrite the rest, 3 plus 3 to the third, plus 2, and then 5 minus 7 is negative 2. Then we're going to go back and do all the exponents. I have an exponent right here. So I'm going to write this as 5 plus, and then 3 to the third is 27, plus 2 times negative 2. Now I go back and do any multiplication or division in order from left to right. Here I have a multiplication, so I'm going to take care of that next. 5 plus 27 minus 4. And then I go back and do any addition or subtraction in order from left to right. So I'm going to have to add 5 plus 27 first. That's 32. And then minus 4, and that's 28. In number 8, we have a lot of brackets, and so we have to do the inside brackets first. And looking at this problem, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this outer bracket and take care of 3 minus 4 because that's an inner bracket. It's going to be negative 1. And then I'm going to rewrite the rest. And then inside of this second bracket, I can take care of the 2 minus 6. And that's going to be negative 4. Now I'll go back and do any exponents that are inside of the bracket. And so I have a negative 1 cubed inside of this bracket that I need to take care of. And negative 1 cubed, all cubed would be negative 1. And then I'm going to rewrite the rest. And then inside the bracket again, I'm going to take care of any multiplication or division in order from left to right. In this bracket, I have a multiplication here, and in this bracket, another multiplication. So I'm going to rewrite this as negative 1, and then 6 times 2 is 12, so this becomes minus 12. And then in this bracket, we have a negative 4 times negative 4, that's going to be a plus 16. Now we have to take care of what's inside of these brackets completely, and so now I can do any addition or subtraction that I see in order from left to right. Negative 1 minus 12, that's going to be negative 13. And then I have this minus. And then 2 plus 16 is going to be 18. And now, my final step, negative 13 minus 18 is going to be negative 31. Now I'm going to evaluate an algebraic expression or formula, and I'm given that A equals 4, B equals 3, and C equals negative 2. So I'm going to substitute those values in this expression. I have negative 4, and then in place of A, I'm going to put in a 4, because A is 4. And then in place of C, I'm going to place a negative 2, because C is negative 2. And this is just negative 4 times negative 2. So I'm going to go multiply in order from left to right. I'll take care of negative 4 times 4 first. That's negative 16. And then I can multiply that by negative 2. And that gives me a positive 32. Likewise, in number 2, I'm going to substitute 4 for A. So I have this negative out front. I need a parenthesis. I'm going to plug in that 4. And then for B, I have a 3. I'm going to substitute that 3, and that's going to get squared. I take care of my squares first. Negative 4 plus, and then 3 squared is 9. And then I can go ahead and combine those two and get 5. Now I'm going to substitute in place of C here. C was negative 2, so I'm going to plug in negative 2, and that's going to get cubed. And then we have a minus 2, and then A was 4, so I'm going to put 4 in place of A, and that's going to get squared. Now here we don't have anything going on inside of the parentheses, so the next step would be the exponents. I have an exponent here and an exponent here. Negative 2 all cubed is negative 8, and then 4 squared is 16. Now I go back and do any multiplication or division in order from left to right. I see this multiplication right here, so I'll take care of that next. Negative 2 times 16 is negative 32, and then negative 8 minus 32 will give us a negative 40. Go ahead and pause the video and try number 4 on your own, and then come back and check your answer. So now you can come back and check your answer here, plugging in A equal to 4, B equal to 3, and C equal to -2. Plugging in those values, we took care of our exponents first, so 4 cubed was 64, and then 3 squared was 9, and then we took care of the multiplication, -2 times 64, and then -4 times 9, and then we added and subtracted in order from left to right and got -166. Now here we can substitute A is 4, and then C was -2, so we're going to do a minus, and then we have a -2, and all of that is going to get squared. So we have to take care of what's inside the parentheses first, and we have minus a negative here, which is a plus positive, so we can go ahead and add those values together. 4 plus 2 is going to be 6, and then 6 squared is 36. In 6 we have a negative, and then we're going to substitute in a -2 in place of C, and then A was 4. B was 3, and then A was 4. So substituting those values in, we want to go ahead and take care of this minus a negative here. That's going to become a +2. And the fraction bar acts like parentheses. We have to take care of everything in the numerator first and then everything in the denominator, and then we can divide last. So 2 minus 4 is -2, and then 3 minus 4 is -1, and then -2 divided by -1 is a +2.